Lesson 17. Practice pressing fingers on the tapes. From Learn Violin Fast, Book 1. Regardless of whether you play the violin guitar style or with the violin on the shoulder, remember to keep your left hand open and your wrist should never touch the violin's neck, and your fingers should always be curved, okay, and never up or squeeze or flat when you press the string. They should always be curved. Although your fingertips, so if you think of your left hand fingers, right, we don't press with the opposite of the nail, we'll press with the very tip. Although the fingertips need to press the strings to create sound and change the length of the string, your entire hand does not need to squeeze and work hard. When we do difficult tasks, our shoulders tend to tense up. This is usually not good because it limits our movement. If your shoulder is raised, it's a sign that it's tense and needs to relax. You should never play violin with your shoulders up. They should always be down. Pay attention to what your shoulder is doing while you play, and remind it to stay relaxed and down. We as humans have about just about 600 muscles. We have about 200 bones and 600 muscles. And the way that our body manages motion and moving our body around is to engage as many muscles as possible. So one thing that really helpful to understand is that when you have to press the string with your fingers, naturally you're going to squeeze the entire arm. One of the ways to make sure you start with good positions and good habits is to understand that even though your fingers have to press the string, the entire arm and the entire body does not need to squeeze. So something to look ahead forward to is as you learn how to press the string, make sure you keep in mind to keep your shoulder, your wrist, and your arm relaxed, and train yourself to have strong fingers, relaxed hand and shoulder. It is difficult, but it's possible to train yourself to have strong fingers that apply pressure to the strings and support the violin, while the wrist and the rest of the hand, elbow and shoulder, and your back is nice and loose. So guitar style, the way we're going to hold the violin is we're going to take our thumb, we're going to basically place it on top of the neck. So your fingertip is going to be slightly going past the fingerboard like this, and basically right past the index knuckle, that's where you're going to hold the violin. So from the front view, it's like this, side view, and front view like this. One thing you want to try to avoid is grabbing the neck of the violin with your entire hand. There should be always a little bit of a space right here. So you're going to hold the neck of the violin, top of your thumb, and right above your index knuckle. So you want to have a little bit of a space here. Sideway view. Okay. And a little bit, I'm not sure if you could see in the camera, but you'll notice how my hand is straight. My wrist is down, I'm not squeezing. There's a little bit of space here at the bottom of my thumb and index knuckle, and the violin is held right here. So guitar style, I'm going to put my thumb on top of the neck. If you have tapes, your thumb is going to be, let's just put it right on top of the tape. The tip of your thumb is going to be, for most people, is going to be above the fingerboard, and then your knuckle should be about, the neck of the violin should be a little bit above the knuckle. And then you're going to curve your finger, and with the bottom, you're going to almost make a circle with your thumb and your pointer on the G string, right? And we're basically just going to learn pressing the strings, and the next lessons we're going to learn what does each finger make. But before you learn what the fingers make and what notes they are, look at your finger, make sure you're aware of your wrist. Your wrist should not be touching the neck. Right? So guitar style, your hand should be straight, just like proper style. There should be a little bit of space at the bottom of the thumb and index little channel here. And when you press the string, your finger needs to be up, curved, never flat. So the finger pad, the middle of the finger pad, is what needs to press the string. You can think of it as your finger that actually is touching the string should be almost perpendicular. Or if this is the fingerboard and this is your finger, it should be almost a right angle. So, with or without tapes, if you don't have tapes and you're playing 3/4 or full-size violin, your whole step is going to be a little bit more than an inch. and then a half step would be half an inch, just to make it simple and at least get you on the right notes. All right, so look at your fingers. Make sure the pad or the fingertip is pressing the string right in the middle. Your fingers are curved. You have strong fingers, but no death grip. Remember, your shoulder needs to stay down. Elbow needs to be nice and loose. Your wrist cannot be squeezing the entire violin, and you're applying pressure with your fingertip, but you're limiting that pressure to just fingers and a little bit of hand, and you're trying to keep your wrist, your forearm, your upper arm, and your shoulder, and your back as loose as possible. So again, press fingers on the tapes. Keep your hand open. Keep your fingers curved. Strong fingers, relaxed and chill, shoulder and left hand. So practice pressing all the fingers guitar style, so that way your arms are nice and loose. You can also, if you want to make it more difficult, you can skip fingers. You could do open, middle finger, pinky. You could do 1s and 3s. For now, just start getting used to pressing your fingers and keeping your hand open. That's going to be the most challenging thing. So practice. You could tap each finger, or you could do one after the other. But make sure you can say, oh, this string, E string, first tape, no problem. Second tape, no problem. Your fingers are curved. Your wrist is open. There's a little bit of space below your thumb. Your shoulder is not up and squeezing, and nothing hurts. We're going to talk about how to properly hold the violin later, but for now, if you want to put it up on the shoulder and collarbone, left hand is the same thing. There's going to be space here. You're going to hold the neck of the violin between a little bit above the index knuckle, thumb, and then you're going to press your fingers. So you're going to look at the string, look at the tapes, look at the fingers, and just get used to pressing the string without closing your entire hand, keeping it open. Take frequent breaks, practice pressing the strings, and the next lessons we're going to learn what does every finger make on all of the strings. Thanks for watching. Again, subscribe, comment, like, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to explain more in detail or show maybe a little closer up. Thanks for watching. See ya.